Thank you, Sal. Let's check in with today's weather. JT's in Junee at a chocolate and licorice factory. He has our attention.
Yes, but we're taking a slight step away from that because above the township of Junee is Monte Cristo, Australia's most haunted house. Lawrence Ryan has been there his family's been there for 56 years. It's been open to the public for 50 years. It has been somewhere I have always wanted to go. And finally this weekend, we had the chance to go there. And it is scary. 10 lives have been lost at Monte Cristo. There's so much to talk about, but let's talk about post-COVID. First weekend you opened, what happened?
It was a pretty amazing weekend. I think the spirits had a bit of time off and they were ready for some action. We did a lovely ghost tour. Everyone was doing really fine. No one was super scared. But at the very end of the tour, when we sat down for dessert, this poor woman turned around, looked in the back corner and pointed to something and then gave this blood-curdling scream, almost a laugh, into a horror scream.
Can you give us an example?
It was like up in the corner, it was like, ah, and then it just built up into this roar. Then she put her hands up to defend herself and everyone stopped and turned to see what was going on. She turned to her friend who then grabbed her and said, "What did you see? What did you see?" And then she then went into almost like a spasm where she went in and actually had a seizure on the ground for like a total minute. And in that minute, she was actually growling at people and growling out as she lied on the floor. It scared the life out of everyone.
This is a paying customer who went along to look at Monte Cristo. Veronica and Sophia were there.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I was standing next to Lawrence and I saw the whole thing happened and it was the scariest thing I've ever seen. Her facial expression, I couldn't get it out of my head. I couldn't sleep for 2 to 3 days because I just kept seeing her face. It was terrifying.
Wow. And just before it happened, I went into another room, so I didn't see it. But as soon as I closed the door to go into another room, I heard this scream and this sound that I can't even explain. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? So I quickly went in and she was on the floor and growling and in the seizure shaking. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what just happened?
Sounds like the sort of place you'd love to visit too, doesn't it?
JT's a believer.
Wow.
Australia's most haunted house. Let's have a look at your forecast.
Weekend sunrise weather on the road. You may not be able to travel the world right now, so what? Now's the time to love New South Wales.
Lows, a cold front and troughs generating strong winds, rain and storms over parts of South Australia, Victoria and southern New South Wales, as well as Tasmania. Onshore winds bringing showers to southern WA, northern New South Wales and Queensland. In Brisbane, cloudy and 23, morning rain in Sydney, 18, some rain this morning in Canberra as well, 13 degrees. Melbourne, showers and 14, morning fog in Hobart with rain and 13, Adelaide, showers and 15, sunny and 23 in Perth, Darwin, sunny and 33. Sylvia is Lawrence's partner, and Veronica and Sophia are her daughters, and you love dolls, so much so that you've built the doll museum.
Yeah.
What do you love about dolls? And tell us about Damien.
Yeah, Damien is little vampire boy from 1800s, as you can see.
And how many dolls have you got in the doll museum?
Oh, it's over 5,000.
Now, very quickly, could I ask you guys to explain the story of how Lawrence and Sylvia met?
So when we were younger, we grew up in a haunted house, so we kind of went into the paranormal world. So then we moved from Slovakia to Australia and went into the ghost hunting thing, did investigations. And then one day for Easter, my mom booked the ghost tour at Australia's most haunted homestead. So we traveled from Sydney and we went to the tour and my mom fell in love with Lawrence and now here we are.
But actually the next day after the ghost tour, Lawrence came up to us and he asked if he can go to the cemetery with him. So the very first date was at the cemetery.
Yeah.
I love it. I'll tell you what, we had an amazing experience at Monte Cristo. You definitely feel something. It played havoc with our phones. For a while, it just wiped all of the photos from our phone, and then when we left, they all came back. There's something seriously spooky about Monte Cristo.
Wow.
I'm going to just leave you with that.
Okay.
We'll see you back here in half an hour.
Do. All right, we'll see you in half an hour, JT. Thank you.